Okay, here's a video on how to defeat the passenger side seatbelt chime, and this is in a 2014 Subaru STI hatchback. The first thing I did is remove this cover. I started by prying gently here at the top on both sides. Actually did the middle also, and that allowed me to get it out like this, and then I had to go down to the side here and gently push in and pry on both sides so that I could then remove that part of the assembly. It left a few marks in it, nothing too noticeable. So once you open it up, you see the two wires which come from the loom down underneath the seat. This white plastic, that's just a little wire protector. It's just floating in there. It doesn't serve any purpose other than to protect the wires that I can tell. Once you have that apart, you can take the outer assembly, and if you just kick it back, it snaps out of place. The white plastic piece, you can either grab it or just let it fall down. It'll slide right underneath your seat. And then you can gently just pull that up and remove it. And then there's the little wire protector. So what I found is these two wires, they come up to this assembly that's on the back side of the seatbelt harness. And if we look, you see the metal, silver metal there? That's just a bracket that's holding that black piece that the two wires go to. And then you see the white thing right there. I believe that it's just a magnetic switch, and that white part has a magnet in it. So I'm going to pretend like I'm putting the seatbelt in right now, and you can see how that white plastic, it snaps out of the way, just leaving there's a part, when I take the black piece out, you'll see it better. And then when you eject the seatbelt, that goes back. I'm almost positive that it's just a magnetic switch that's being made. So what I've done is you take a screwdriver, and that silver metal bracket holder piece I was showing you, if you can take your screwdriver and let's see if I could get an angle. There we go. So you can see how it's just being held in by being clipped to the seat belt. If you take a screwdriver and just barely stick it in there, you can just get that very edge of that without getting the metal underneath it and pop it out of place. There it goes. So now you can see it's not being held in anymore. And you do the same to the other side also. This side's going to be a little harder to tape. So I'm just going to pop it out, but you do the same procedure. Let me see. Maybe I can. Right there. There we go. So then it just pops out. You don't have to force it at all. You just got to get just enough of the screwdriver underneath it to pry it out. So that's what the two wires are attached to. And again, I believe it's just a magnetic switch with that white piece that has a magnet in it, that when the seat belt is not in, that white piece is sitting right around this. And I believe there's a magnet that's making that and making the switch. So once we remove that, and it's actually just taped right there. I already cut the tape and took the tape off, so now it just flops around. Now once we do that, I put my tool bag on the seat. There's my passenger, plenty of weight. Now we get in. You can see the red light flashing, but never had any chimes. No chimes at all. And I've driven down the road like that with the tool bag sitting there, which simulates a passenger. I know because I've done it before I did this too to make sure it worked, and never had a single sound from the seatbelt chime at all. The way to get rid of the passenger or the driver's side chime is just underneath the seat, just remove the connector. If you just disconnect it, you'll never get a chime out of the driver's side seat. Passenger side, it's a little more invasive. You got to get in there and actually remove that switch.